Good afternoon. Yeah, that'll wake you up. Please take your seats. We would like to get started. Okay, you got your right there.
I've had it. You can shake my hand. No, I can't give it to you. I'm done and gone. I'm giving places now.
What's up, man? Jim Newsom, all right?
Yeah, it's great to see you again. How's everyone doing?
Doing great. Good to see you. Very busy. Business is ready to snap back.
Well, you know what the governor says on his report.
Please take your seats. A lot of people standing, a lot of empty seats.
Oh my goodness, no. Birthday of the Marines, Veterans Day.
For those of you who like to be at the head of the class, we have some prime seats open. I'm going to start calling you by name. Mr. Riley, Mr. Fourier. A lot of seats. Come on over. All right, we can begin the program. We've got a video to kick us off.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Chris Ball. I'm the president of A&R, and it's really a pleasure to have you all here with us today. There's a lot of people in this room that we're really proud and happy that are here, and what you see around you would not have happened with literally half this room. And so there's a lot of people to thank here today, and it's my job at least to get this kicked off. So welcome, and thank you all for coming. I've talked to like 3 people, and they said this is the first trip they've taken all year, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for coming down and being with us to celebrate today. And first, I'd like to thank the guys that are here that work here every day, because what you see around you and what we've seen so far since you've gotten here wouldn't happen without that crew back there. So a round of applause to those guys for getting this place going. So we couldn't be prouder to be here today for a lot of reasons. This place has been a vision for a bunch of people on our team, and certainly some folks from the port and the railroads for probably, 5 or 6 years it's taken to get to this point. John Barrett, I don't know where he is, he's back there. He was one of the first guys that had the vision of saying we need to bring export plastic resin distribution to the East Coast. Paul McClintock, wherever he is, he's another one. Big advocate for having this facility be here. Jim Newsom for having the vision for us to be here today and have this facility that we do. So I can't thank you all enough. We spent a lot of time thinking about the East Coast and did this make sense? And I can't tell you the number of conversations that myself and a lot of folks on this stage had and said, how the heck are you going to export plastic resin from Charleston, South Carolina? But here we are. The vision is reality. So we couldn't be happier about that. So just to recognize some of the folks that are here today, and to thank them for being here. Specifically, the CSX folks and the CSX team, without their vision and being here with us, this wouldn't have happened. And certainly Keith Corp and their help with this facility, Berkeley County, the state of South Carolina. I mean, the list goes on and on. The W&H folks, really the list is good. So let me tell you a little bit about the facility first, though. This facility is 615,000 square feet. When we're finished, the program today will give you guys a tour, whoever wants one. We got golf carts, so you don't have to walk 2 miles around the building to show you what we do. 615,000 square feet. There are 2 FF&S packaging lines, and if you don't know what that is, that's form, fill, and seal. You'll see that when you go out on the tour, where we make these bags and fill them full of plastic resin. And in each one of those bags is 25 kilograms, or about 50 pounds. And again, the vision for this facility is to export this all over the world from the port of South Carolina. A lot going to Asia, a lot going to Europe. We're already seeing that now. And the other thing that's happening now in this facility is, and there's a lot of product that you'll see, is we're actually doing a fair amount of imports. With all the supply chain interruptions and the global interruptions we've had in 2020, we actually never even contemplated this facility to be a major import location, but right now, quite frankly, there's more imports in here than exports, which is great. And we're really happy that that's been part of this. And because A&R is a true supply chain company with our vision to be the supply chain leader to the chemical industry, we can service imports or exports. And so we're doing that here at this facility, and you'll see some of that today. We were here last week, and there were 5 A&R domestic trucks backed up to these doors to take product outbound from this facility instead of just bringing product inbound by rail, which is really impressive to see. So I'll make sure I didn't forget anybody on the list. The Dover folks, the W&H folks, all the equipment that you see here today has really been a engineering feat by those guys of putting that together. And we can package now 2,500 pounds an hour, 2,500 bags an hour out of this facility. It was running that fast last week, Mr. Greg told me. And for our crew to be running that fast this soon is impressive. We have a little competition internally. Sam Diaz, who has responsibility for this, his folks like to have competition with each other, with our folks in Houston and our folks here, as who can package faster. And I've heard the guys here are faster, but I'm just saying, I don't know. So anyway, it's really a pleasure for you all to be here. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Chris. Good afternoon, everyone, again. My name is Alex Buck. I am the Chief Strategy and Legal Officer for A&R, and it was my distinct honor, pleasure to head up the build-out of this facility. The teams have been amazing, and what we were able to accomplish in less than a year is truly remarkable. I will also be your MC today. And to start, it is also my pleasure to introduce you to Jim Newsom, the President and CEO of the South Carolina Ports Authority. Jim?
Thanks, Alex. It's a very special day to be here together at the ribbon cutting ceremony for this beautiful new state-of-the-art 600,000 square foot plastic resin transloading facility. Thanks to the A&R team for giving us a chance to make a few remarks. Continuing on our fast-paced growth trajectory requires great private sector partners and intermediaries such as A&R Logistics. And Mark and Chris and Alex and Sam and Greg, I think we've been impressed with your company really from the first time that we met about 4 years ago. A&R Logistics has over 50 years of experience in the dry and liquid bulk supply chain. It's been on a significant acquisition spree to enhance its capabilities in this sector while maintaining world-class capabilities and quality. As evidence of their commitment to safety and quality, they were recently recognized by the American Chemistry Council through the awarding of their 2020 Responsible Care Product Safety Award. Their corporate mantra is doing it right. And we're grateful to them as a significant partner here in the Port of Charleston. And this impressive facility has 250 rail car spots and an export capacity in excess of 20,000 containers. These projects are very long-term in nature, and they're never easy to conclude. In case you haven't noticed, there's a lot of competition in the U.S. port industry for these facilities. This would not have happened without the hard work and collaboration of many important partners, and Chris mentioned many of them, certainly the Intertech Group, Keith Corporation, CSX Railroad, Arthur, your commitment to this infrastructure, and last and certainly not least, Berkeley County and the town of Moncks Corner. And Johnny, we're very grateful to you and your council for supporting this type of project. And also Frampton Construction, who, as I think you see, did a great job here. And finally, I'd like to thank our sales team in the South Carolina Ports Authority, and especially our Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing, Paul McClintock, for committing 9 years ago to build relationships and gaining an understanding of the requirements of the plastic resin industry. Ultimately, these facilities get built because there's a high level of trust and confidence in our ability to perform. This is one of the best examples of relationship selling that I've seen in a 43-year business career, and I'm very grateful to Paul for that. And also would like to thank John Barrett, who had the initial vision of the Southeast being an export hub for plastic resin. So John, thank you very much. On the back of such cargo-based growth, which is a central part of our mission, the South Carolina Ports Authority and the state of South Carolina have invested $2 billion over 6 years, including the opening of the first new container terminal since 2009, early next year, and gaining the deepest harbor on the U.S. East Coast, which is critical for heavy export cargoes such as resin. No port is better positioned to meet current and future supply chain requirements for all industries. So Mark and Alex, this is a day that to which we've long looked forward. We're excited about our ongoing relationship for many years to come. And you even found a job for my roommate, my best friend's boss, Bill DeNichols, as part of this process. So that's even better. So thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you, Jim, for your continued support. The Ports Authority has just been overwhelming in their support and generosity with us. Barbara and Paul and Jim, we just are so grateful. I am now very excited to introduce South Carolina's first female Republican Lieutenant Governor, Pamela Evette.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. And what a great backdrop, right? With today being the birthday of the United States Marine Corps and tomorrow being Veterans Day. For all you veterans out there, thank you so much for what you've done for our country. Thank you. It's also a great day because this is one of the things I love most about my job is welcoming new business here to South Carolina. You know, bringing regards from the governor. He is disappointed he couldn't be here today, but he would tell you, you are in the best place to work, live, and raise a family. South Carolina has been open for business and running strong, so we welcome A&R Logistics. Welcome to our family. Before I became Lieutenant Governor, I used to hear about this great thing called Team South Carolina. And most people would think, wow, that's a great hashtag, Team South Carolina, but it's something we really live and breathe. From the way we work with the people we send to DC, as you see with our wonderful port, soon to be the largest, widest, deepest port on the East Coast, wonderful for this kind of business. To your state leaders, looking at what we can do to help you, make this a place to thrive and grow. To your local leaders who get things done, that's what Team South Carolina is all about. I think that's what I hear time and time again that brings people here to South Carolina. It's a unique experience that they can't get anywhere else in the country. So I'm very proud to be here today to welcome the newest member of South Carolina. You are now part of Team South Carolina A&R Logistics, because that's what we do. We bring everybody under our tent. We want to make sure South Carolina continues to grow and thrive for everybody. Thank you to all of you for being here. Thank you to the great workers. And always know, A&R, that the governor and myself, our door is always open if you need us. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Next, please help me welcome Senator Larry Grooms. Senator Grooms was at our groundbreaking last October, just less than a year ago. And it is just so nice to have it come full circle and have him join us again this year.
Chris, thank you. A&R Logistics team, thank you. You look at this huge building, and it's more than a couple of walls and a ceiling. It's a place where people in this community can have a good, stable job, can be able to provide for their family, can have a better quality of life and a higher standard of living because you chose to come here with your investment. You could have gone anywhere in the world, but you came here. And you came here for several reasons. 100 years ago, 1920, the assessed value of all property in Berkeley County was $300,000. This county was one of the poorest, if not the poorest county in the entire United States. My great-grandparents out there in Cross, if they didn't grow enough food, they went hungry. Man, things have changed. The Santee Cooper Project set this state apart from others. The South Carolina Port Authority set this state apart from others. And one by one, we began to grow our economy. We began to provide our people with the jobs that they need to have a better quality of life for their children and their grandchildren. And today we stand here to celebrate this building, to celebrate these jobs 100 years after we were once the poorest place on earth, and now we're one of the best places on the planet to locate a business, because businesses prosper when they come to South Carolina. They prosper when they come to Berkeley County because we have what it takes. We have a dedicated workforce, unlike any place else. Our port, a few years ago, we had a governor that wanted to sell it and get out of business of a port. I'm glad we didn't do that. The deepest water on the East Coast is now in Charleston, and we're positioned right now to be a gateway to the entire world. We met a need that A&R Logistics had, a gateway to the world. That's what we have with Jim Newsom and our state port authority. The lowest and most reliable power of any place, right here in Berkeley County. We're here today to celebrate. We're here to celebrate the investment that was made here, but we're also here to celebrate that this is the best place to raise a family. This is the best place to get an education. Berkeley County welcomes A&R Logistics. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator. What a great welcome. Next, I am so happy to have Johnny Cribb here join us. Mr. Cribb is the Berkeley County Supervisor and Council Chairman. Mr. Cribb has been a wonderful partner to us and was also here at our groundbreaking last year. Welcome, Mr. Cribb.
Thank you. When I got here today, I really only had one question. It is, was I going to be speaking before or after Senator Grooms? He's a tough act to follow. If you grew up in this region for many, many years, and actually for 100 years, there was a plant nursery here. And years ago, we went through a great recession, and that outstanding business went away. And Anita Zucker, with her team and her vision and her investment, actually bought this property, and it led to us being here today. A&R is the first domino to fall on this property, and there's a lot going on from what you can see. It's also a company that's already getting engaged with Keep Berkeley Beautiful, and also mentoring program with the school district. So it's not just a company here to do business, but they're already engaging with the community. When these folks like this come in, everyone wins. Mr. Newsom with the port, soon after I got elected, Senator Grooms nominated me to be in a port ambassador program, and Ms. Jordy is here today. And let me tell you, being born and raised around here, I drove by that port. I worked for the town of Mount Pleasant 15 years, and I drove by that port every single day, not having a remote clue what goes on at the port. And it's just an unbelievable, incredible operation with outstanding leadership and vision, and that also plays into what we have going on here today. What does this mean to Berkeley County? And I'll close on this. There's 46 counties in the state of South Carolina, and Berkeley County has the lowest county tax rate in the state. We're able to do that because of industry, and each and every industry is really important. That helps every single family in the county, whether anyone knows anyone that ever works here or not. If they ever come into this building or not, it helps every resident of Berkeley County. So that's what this means to us, quality of life for families. And I'll end with this. I always take it back to public safety. Our sheriff is here today, Sheriff Lewis. Our sheriff's department, our EMS division, our 25 volunteer fire departments, and our municipal fire departments. If you don't have public safety, you don't have much. And projects like this really help us address that. We've committed to the sheriff to get him 24 new deputies in a 3-year period, and we've done that. We're adding new ambulances to our service. Response time is everything. We want to be able to get people to people in need quickly. And we've doubled the revenue in our fire department, literally in the last few years. So whenever these projects come before us, and whenever we're at a groundbreaking, and whenever we come to our ribbon cutting at the end, the supervisor in me or the old administrator in me, I go back to the public servants that literally are going to be here to protect the residents that work here and the business itself. And we will use the money and the investment wisely. And if you know me, frugally at the county, but we'll make sure that we provide the service that A&R deserves and reflect that investment. So thank you.
Thank you so much. As you saw in the video, rail is crucial to this operation. But CSX has provided so much more than rail. They really helped this vision become a reality. We could not have asked for a better partner than CSX. Please help me welcome CSX's Senior Vice President of Sales, Arthur Adams.
All right, good afternoon. It's an honor to be here today, and as you heard both Chris and Lieutenant Governor Yvette talk about thanks, I want to start by saying thanks to our customers. Thank you for entrusting us with your cargo and the opportunity to move more of it in the future. Also want to thank all of our veterans. Much like A&R Logistics, CSX has a strong belief and support of our veteran community. So we thank you for your service. I'd also like to recognize our distinguished guests that joined me up here today. Chairman Grooms, Supervisor Cribb, Lieutenant Governor Yvette, Jim Newsom, and then of course our partners, Mark, Chris, Alex, Dan, and the entire A&R family. Mark and I met roughly around 2.5 years ago, and our partnership has been based on one central theme: the art of the possible. And one of the things that I am most proud of is the fact that as a railroad, we begin to shift our thinking about the importance of last mile solutions for our customers. And this is a manifestation of that, with many more to come. I'd also like to recognize a few other folks, starting with Mrs. Zucker and her support of this project. It would not have been possible. I'd also like to recognize all of our construction and design partners, Keith Corp and the Frampton Construction Company. For those that have experience in development, you know the best thing that can happen is for your project to come in ahead of schedule and under budget. And we were able to achieve both, so my hat's off to you. Thanks again for the opportunity. We look forward to serving you And selfishly, we want more of your business.
Thank you, Arthur. Over the last year, we have had the distinct pleasure of getting to know some of our neighbors. I personally have been lucky enough to get to know the Volfs, Norm Brunswig, and Sarah McCarthy Smith. And we've been able to learn how A&R can be a great partner to this community. Please welcome Sarah McCarthy Smith, and Chris Volf with Keep Berkeley Beautiful.
You're probably wondering how Keep Berkeley Beautiful and a supply chain company got together. First of all, I'm a nosy neighbor, and we live down on the rice fields here, and when I heard from Jeff Winkler, oh my gosh, we're getting a new business here, we need to get to know these folks. So Jeff and Anita and their crowd was kind enough to put us in touch with A&R Logistics, and it was love at first sight. What we figured out right from the outset is a company that does it right, that values sustainability and stewardship, who cares about its community and its neighbors, who knows that by being embedded in the community and committing to it, it will bring the workers it needs, it will bring the press it needs, it will bring the sense of belonging that it needs. And it is with great pleasure that we applaud our partnership. Brandon Boyd is now on Keep Berkeley Beautiful's board. We have lots and lots of plans ahead of us, and we want to join the rest of you in welcoming our wonderful neighbors to Berkeley County.
We appreciate the environmental sustainability commitment from the top down, from each and single employee in this facility. And we appreciate you being in partnership with us to end littering, beautify communities, and improve recycling within Berkeley County. So thank you for the opportunity to be here.
And we look forward to a new Adopt a Highway group. We look forward to a citizen science monitoring group. And we look forward to another beautiful Berkeley Gateways project. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Chris and Sarah. As you heard, A&R is committed to being a true partner to this community and all of the local communities in which we operate. As you can see by our core values behind you on that wall, we are deeply committed to sustainability, and we do in fact consider ourselves stewards of the environment. We look forward to working with Keeping Berkeley Beautiful, the Berkeley County School District, and others to support initiatives like Adopt a Highway, mentorship programs, and much more. To kick off that support, I am really excited to announce that A&R will be donating $10,000 to Keep Berkeley Beautiful to help in your efforts to keep this county sustainable. We look forward to a long and meaningful partnership. Now, please welcome our CEO, Mark Holden.
Thank you, Alex. I'll let everybody in on a little secret. Alex gave us all 3 minutes to talk. And some of the people that know me, I can't say hello in 3 minutes. And so I'll try to do my best. But this, as Chris mentioned, a lot of people here that have made this happen. And so, again, thank you. This really goes back to, I call it a dream, that Chris, Dan Jaworski, who's our Chief Commercial Officer, and Russ Bullion, who is head of our marketing, had about 5 years ago. And they spent a lot of time researching it, and ultimately we sat down and they made their pitch, and I said, you guys want to do what? And then they said, well, yeah, but John Barrett said this is the thing to do. I said, oh, okay, why didn't you tell me? And so we, Mr. Barrett, this is all your fault. But anyway, we appreciate everybody coming out. Dan, Chris, Russ, this was their dream. About 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I met Alex for the first time, and along with my private equity partner, because we were looking for somebody that had the skill sets to oversee not only this project, but another project of equal size. And that is a huge task. And so upon meeting Alex, we hired her on the spot. True story. And she has delivered. And this project, this size of this project is unbelievable. And to bring it in ahead of schedule and under budget is quite a remarkable performance. So Alex, thank you. And so Russ, Dan, Chris, they dreamt this. Alex built it. And so now we turn it over to Sam. And I want to introduce Sam Diaz to everybody. Sam, raise your hand, please. Sam is the president of our warehousing and export packaging business. And so this project, along with everything, all of our other warehouses, we have now today roughly 6 million square feet of warehouse capacity all around the country. And Sam is the president of that business. And I introduce you to Sam for an important reason, because if we look at our performance, for example, in Houston with a very similar type of an operation, we're very proud of our safety record. We've gone years without a safety incident. We've gone years without a contamination. We've gone years without a spill. And so we have an obligation, and I can assure everybody in the community and the state that we take that responsibility seriously, and I can assure our customers they entrust us with their product. That's their product, not ours. And so we must deliver, and we must deliver safety and service, and it's in that order. We'll never sacrifice safety for the purpose of service. And so I'm very proud of what Sam and his team has done in Houston, because that will carry over to this operation here. In fact, if you were to, and we may share some of this with you later on tours, but we have certain safety design elements to this facility that we learned in Houston, and we brought it to this facility to help us take care of our people and our employees, make sure they go home every night the way they came into work. We also have design elements in this facility to help the environment, to make sure that we protect the environment from any spill or contamination. And so Sam is a huge part of this business, and somebody that you all in this community will get to know. Lastly, I do want to say that this project, we're absolutely thrilled, but I also can assure the folks in the community and the state that this would not happen without Jim Newsom. And so I want to recognize Jim and say thank you. And the type of leader that Jim is, he's built a great team. And we work extremely well. And like I said, this would not happen without Jim and his team. And so Barbara, Melvin, Paul, McClintock, you folks really made this happen as much as we have. And so we look forward to working with you all and building this business even bigger and better going forward. So thank you, and thanks for joining us today.
If you can believe it, we are right on time, so well done. You've heard from a number of our speakers that today is the 245th birthday of the U.S. Marine Corps. If I could please ask any Marine Corps, those who served in the Marine Corps in the audience, please stand up. We'll take a moment to honor you. Please, if we could. Thank you for your service. I would now like to invite some of our employees and their families from Berkeley County and the surrounding areas to the stage to help us with the ribbon cutting. Dwight, Destiny, Renee, and Courtney, please come on up with your family members. And then if you all could stand and find your scissors, please. You got it, Mark, sorry. Everybody have one there? No, I gotta be. Now, don't start quite yet. I'm not sure it was a good idea to give Mark the big scissors. All right, now, our distinguished speakers, Mark, Chris, let's officially open A&R's Charleston facility.
Great job, Alex.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you so much.
Governor, I just wanted to say hello. I have not met
So we're going to take just 1 minute. If the speakers would kindly just step off the stage for 1 minute, we would like to invite the A&R employees of this facility up on stage. Once they're all up here, let's give them a big hand. Come on up, guys. Coming up on the stage is one of the best teams ever assembled. Their commitment, incredible work ethic, dedication to safety and sustainability is truly unparalleled. Come on up, guys.
Yeah.
Look at this crew. They are incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now, we will take just a few minutes to take some pictures, and then we have got facility tours. We will have our tour guides over there. If you're a tour guide, please start walking towards those yellow lines and maybe wave your hand. We'll have tour guides who will take you either on foot if you'd like to walk, or we've got some golf carts. So please join us and enjoy. Thank you. Thank you, guys. If I could have our speakers back on stage for a group shot. Mr. Newsom back up on stage. Senator Grooms. Ribbons? All right. That's beautiful. Where's Senator Grooms?
Need a part of a piece of ribbon?
Yeah. Right here. Where did Senator Grooms go? Senator Grooms. Paging Senator Grooms. Senator Grooms, come on back. All right, so if everybody could just grab some of the ribbon here. Go ahead, give me a middle there. Sure. Hold on, we do have to wait for the senator. Is he coming? He's coming? Okay.
There you
I'll go down here.
I sent my PIO to run after her. She runs marathons all the time, so that was a piece of cake.
What's the PIO?
Public information on it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's running.
She's a photo op.
All right, good.
I saw you heading out the door, and I was like, who can get in the car?
Okay.
You guys aren't excused.
Okay. Thank you again.
No, thank you. Welcome to South Carolina.
Thank you. We're thrilled to be here.
You're going to love it so much, you're going to want to bring even more here.
Absolutely.
I
We
know-
hope so.
Well, I'm a little biased. I started through my business here. And so, and being lieutenant governor, I'm a little biased, right? But it is
Congratulations, by the way, for you.
Well, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. My husband wouldn't share your sentiment.
No?
We grew a big national company, and then I decided to be lieutenant governor, and I've kind of left him to run it. This is it. No, we are an HR payroll outsourcing company. So we compete with like ADP and HR, but we're national. But I always wanted to serve. So when the governor made the call, I said to my husband, I think it's 21 years. You can do this. I'm going to go and try to do something
Well,
different.
congratulations.
Well, thank you, and again, welcome. Anything we can ever do for you, please call us.
All right, keep this guy around. That's what you can do for us.
Well, I don't think he's going anywhere soon. I think the governor's got him chained to his
Good,
desk.
good.
We just let him go for little events like this,
Perfect,
and then we
perfect.
bring him back.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I got him. Paging to the front of the stage, Kellen, John Orr, Allie Welch. I know. And then we need Dan, Mr. Jaworski, Mr. Diaz, Gabe. We got to take some pictures. We're going to take the pictures down here. Down here. If you guys can scooch down. Yep.
I've got Walter and Zayed coming right now.
Okay.
Because they're going to blast out.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with CSX. Wonderful. And if you're going to face that way, I'm going to get out of the way. But Mark, let me just make sure I got my list here. Dan, Chris, Mark, Sam, and Gabe.